This is a love story unlike any other. Brace yourself for a journey through laughter, tears, and an enduring bond that transcends time and circumstance. It all began with a chance encounter at a beach where fate brought two souls named John and Savannah together. And as their paths intertwined, they embarked on a whirlwind romance that seemed destined to last an eternity. But life had a different plan, one filled with unexpected twists and sacrifices that put their love to the ultimate test. So let us dive into this captivating tale of undying love, separation, and the profound impact of a single letter that changed everything. John Tyree was a young man struggling to find his place in the world. Growing up in the small town of North Carolina, he had always felt lost and misunderstood, searching for a sense of belonging and purpose in his life. His father, a quiet and distant man, was consumed by his obsession with coin collecting, leaving John with little guidance or affection growing up. In an effort to find direction and discipline, John made the decision to join the army. He hoped that military service would provide him with the structure and challenges he needed to discover his potential and forge a path toward a brighter future. During one of his leaves, John returned home to North Carolina, where fate intervened and led him to the woman who would change his life forever, Savannah Curtis. Savannah was a bright and idealistic college student known for her kindness and compassion. She had a passion for helping others and a contagious enthusiasm for life that drew people to her. One fateful day at the beach, John and Savannah's paths crossed when he noticed her struggling to retrieve her lost purse that had been caught in the current was drifting farther out to sea. Without hesitation, John jumped into the water and with a strong stroke, reached the purse before it disappeared into the waves. As he handed it back to Savannah, their eyes met, and in that instant, there was a spark of connection that neither of them could deny. John was immediately drawn to Savannah's warmth and spirit, while she was captivated by his courage and determination. From that chance encounter, their friendship quickly blossomed into a deep and passionate romance. They spent their days exploring the nearby lake, sharing stories and dreams, and their nights were filled with laughter, stolen kisses, and the promise of something truly special. Savannah saw something good and gentle in John, something no one else had ever noticed. He was often seen as brooding and intense, but she recognized the kindness and tenderness that lay beneath his rough exterior. Savannah's unwavering belief in John's goodness helped him to see the error of his ways and strive to be a better man. Meanwhile, John found himself opening up to Savannah in ways he had never done before. Her infectious optimism and ability to find the best in everyone inspired him to confront his inner demons and embrace the possibilities that lay ahead. As weeks turned into months, their love grew deeper, and John began to feel like he had finally found his place in the world. Savannah's family and friends welcomed him warmly, appreciating his sincerity and devotion to their cherished loved one. One memorable day, John decided to take his relationship with Savannah to the next level by introducing her to his father. Despite the initial awkwardness, Savannah's grace and understanding helped to break down the barriers between them, forging a stronger bond between John and his dad. As their romance flourished, both John and Savannah knew that they had found something truly special. They wrote love letters to each other, pouring their hearts out on paper and expressing the depths of their affection and longing. These letters became their lifeline, carrying their thoughts, dreams, and desires across the miles. But as the summer drew to a close, reality set in. John's time with Savannah was coming to an end as he was soon due to return to his army base. With heavy hearts, they said their tearful goodbyes, promising to keep their love alive through their letters. And so began a new chapter in their relationship, one filled with longing, anticipation, and the unwavering belief that their love would endure the test of time and distance. John and Savannah poured their hearts out onto paper, filling their letters with tales of their daily lives, their dreams for the future, and the burning passion that continued to grow between them. Each word was a testament to their enduring love, a tangible reminder of the bond they shared. Savannah's letters were filled with descriptions of her day-to-day experiences, the challenges she faced, the joys she celebrated, and the constant ache she felt in John's absence. Her words flowed like poetry, expressing the depth of her affection and the longing she had for his return. In every sentence, she poured out her soul, hoping that he would feel her love and presence through the written word. John's letters were equally heartfelt, reflecting his own experiences and emotions. He wrote of his military duties, the camaraderie he found among his fellow soldiers, and the relentless thoughts of Savannah that consumed him. With every stroke of his pen, he reaffirmed his commitment to her, professing his undying love and the certainty that their bond was unbreakable. As the weeks turned into months, the letters became their lifeline. connecting them emotionally and bridging the physical distance that separated them. They poured their hopes and dreams into those letters, creating a shared space where their love story unfolded. Through their correspondence, they navigated the complexities of their feelings, the challenges they faced, and the unwavering belief that their love would endure. But their idyllic world was about to be shattered by the tragic events of September 11th. When the news broke, John felt a surge of patriotism and a sense of duty. He knew he had to do something. Re-enlisting in the army became an obvious choice for him. He wanted to serve his country and honor the sacrifices of those who had given their lives on that fateful day. With a heavy heart, John said goodbye to Savannah once again, this time with the understanding that his absence would be prolonged and filled with uncertainty. The weight of his commitment to his country was immense, but his love for Savannah kept him going. Savannah, too, felt the impact of September 11th. The unity and resilience shown by the nation in the face of adversity inspired her, but it also brought a sense of fear and worry for the loved ones who had answered the call to serve. She understood the importance of John's duty, but the thought of him being in danger weighed heavily on her mind. As the days turned into weeks and the letters continued to arrive, Savannah poured her heart out onto the pages, expressing her love, support, and concern for John. Each word was a testament to her unwavering devotion, a beacon of light in the darkness of uncertainty. In his letters, John spoke of his experiences, the challenges he faced, and the memories he shared with Savannah. He described the camaraderie among the troops, the sacrifices they made, and the hope that sustained them. Through his words, Savannah could almost feel his presence, as if he were there with her in spirit, sharing his journey and keeping their bond alive. However, as time went on, the distance and the weight of their circumstances began to take a toll on their relationship. The once passionate letters became fewer and farther between, and the strain of their separation grew more evident with each passing day. The joyful tone of their letters gradually shifted, replaced by a sense of longing and melancholy. Savannah's letters, once brimming with enthusiasm and excitement, now carried a tinge of sadness. She missed John terribly, and the uncertainty of his return gnawed at her heart. Her words reflected the loneliness she felt, the emptiness that echoed within her, and the fear that their love might fade with each passing moment. As months turned into years, the silence between the letters grew longer, and Savannah's hope began to dwindle. She couldn't help but wonder if John was thinking of her, if their love could withstand the test of time and distance, or if it was all just a fading memory. Then one day, a letter arrived, but it wasn't from John. To Savannah's horror, it was from John's commanding officer informing her of his imminent return home. Relief and joy washed over her, and she eagerly awaited his arrival, hoping that their love would rekindle as if no time had passed. However, upon his return, it became evident that John was a changed man. The events he had witnessed and the experiences he had endured had left their mark on him, shaping him in ways that Savannah could not have imagined. Despite her efforts to reconnect with him, Savannah realized that the bond they once shared had been broken, and a deep sense of loss enveloped her. As the weeks went by, Savannah grew increasingly disheartened by John's emotional detachment. The spark that had ignited their love seemed to have vanished, replaced by a coldness that left her questioning everything. With each passing day, the distance between them widened, and Savannah found herself sinking into a sea of despair and loneliness. In a moment of vulnerability, Savannah opened up to John about her feelings, expressing the pain and confusion that had consumed her since his return. She hoped that he would understand, that he would reach out and help her navigate this emotional turmoil. But John, still grappling with his own inner demons, was unable to provide her with the comfort and support she desperately needed. Instead of offering solace, he pushed her away, inadvertently causing her even deeper anguish. Devastated and heartbroken, Savannah realized that she could no longer hold on to a love that had become a mere shadow of its former self. With a heavy heart, she made the agonizing decision to let John go, freeing herself from the chains of a love that had turned into an unbearable burden. In the aftermath of their breakup, Savannah's life took an unexpected turn. She met someone who offered her genuine love, support, and understanding, qualities that had been absent in her relationship with John. This new person became a constant source of strength for her, helping her heal from the wounds of the past and guiding her toward a future filled with hope and happiness. Meanwhile, John remained trapped in his own internal struggles, unable to move forward from the trauma and heartache he had endured. He carried the weight of his past experiences, unable to find peace or happiness, and eventually he left North Carolina. Years passed, and the memory of John and Savannah's love story became a thing of the past. Both moved on with their lives, each finding their own path to happiness without the other. One day, Savannah received a letter from John. The familiar handwriting sent a jolt of emotions through her, bringing back a flood of memories and feelings she had thought long buried. With trembling hands, she opened the letter and began to read. John's words poured out onto the page, expressing his enduring love for her, the regrets he harbored, and the realization that had come too late. He confessed that he had carried his feelings for Savannah in his heart all those years, that he had never stopped loving her. In his letter, John poured out his heart, acknowledging the pain he had caused Savannah and expressing his deepest regret over the loss of their love. He admitted that his actions had driven her away and that he had spent countless years in anguish, wondering if she ever found happiness without him. Through his words, Savannah could sense the sincerity of his remorse and the depth of his affection. As Savannah read those words, a myriad of emotions surged through her. Memories of their shared past, the joy, the love, and the pain of their separation came flooding back. She was struck by the realization that despite the heartache he had caused her, John's love for her had endured through the years. As she continued reading, Savannah discovered that John had never married. His love for her had remained steadfast, unwavering, and true. He spoke of the countless moments he had thought of her, of the dreams they had shared, and of the future that could have been. His words painted a vivid picture of the enduring power of their connection. Savannah felt a surge of conflicting emotions. On one hand, she still harbored resentment and hurt over the way their relationship had ended. Yet she couldn't help but be touched by the sincerity of John's love and the timelessness of his affection. The weight of his confession, penned with such honesty and raw emotion, resonated deep within her soul. Despite the pain and longing expressed in John's letter, there was an underlying note of acceptance. He understood that their paths had diverged long ago, and he respected the choices Savannah had made in her life. His words conveyed a sense of closure, a recognition that their story, while filled with love, had ultimately run its course. As Savannah read the final words of John's letter, a profound sense of sadness washed over her. It was a sadness tinged with understanding, empathy, and a deep appreciation for the journey their love had taken. She realized that John's letter was not just a confession of undying love, but a testament to the enduring power of the human heart. Touched by the depth of John's emotions, Savannah decided to respond. In her reply, she expressed gratitude for his honesty, acknowledged the love they had shared, and wished him well in his future endeavors. Her response was filled with kindness and understanding, reflecting the maturity and growth she had experienced since their paths had diverged. As Savannah sealed the letter, she knew that she was putting to rest a chapter of her life that had been marked by both love and sorrow. She had received John's letter not just as a confession, but as a reminder of the beauty and fragility of human relationships. While Savannah found solace in John's letter and the closure it provided, she couldn't shake off the lingering sadness that accompanied it. She realized that their love story, though deeply meaningful to her, had played out its course many years ago. As time passed, Savannah's thoughts often drifted back to John and the profound impact he had had on her life. She reminisced about their shared moments, the dreams they had woven together, and the love that had bound them. These memories, while bittersweet, became a source of strength and wisdom for her, shaping her perspective on love, loss, and the passage of time. Now happily married to another, Savannah cherished the stability and support of her present-day life. However, the shadow of John's enduring love loomed in the background, a haunting reminder of what could have been. She grappled with the question of whether it was right to keep their love alive in her memories, or to fully embrace the present she had built with her husband. Confronted with this internal struggle, Savannah found herself at a crossroads. The prospect of a future without John filled her with uncertainty, but the idea of letting go terrified her. Torn between the love she once shared with John and the life she had created with her husband, she searched for guidance in the midst of this emotional turmoil. Suddenly, John appeared at her doorstep. Time seemed to stand still as their eyes met, each lost in a sea of emotions that threatened to spill over. It was as if the years had melted away, leaving only the remnants of their deep connection. The sight of John, older yet still bearing the familiar essence of the man she once loved, stirred a whirlwind of memories and feelings within her. In that moment, Savannah found herself torn between her current life with her husband and the echoes of her past with John. Overwhelmed by the unexpected reunion, Savannah struggled to find the right words. The years of separation had transformed her, shaping her into a different person, yet the emotions she felt upon seeing John were as intense as ever. Lost in a labyrinth of memories and unresolved feelings, she grappled with the sudden upheaval of her carefully constructed present. As the days went by, John and Savannah found themselves drawn to each other, their bond reigniting with an intensity that surprised them both. The years of separation had only deepened their connection, and they found solace in each other's company, sharing stories and laughter, and reliving the memories that had brought them together in the first place. The unexpected reappearance of John and the rekindling of their love brought a wave of change to Savannah's life. She found herself torn between the love she shared with her husband and the powerful emotions she felt for John. In the depths of her heart, Savannah knew that her love for John had never truly faded. Despite the years that had passed and the life she had built with her husband, her heart continued to yearn for the connection she had shared with John. As she grappled with these conflicting emotions, Savannah realized that she could no longer ignore the truth. She had to choose.